My name's Hilton Clay Felton. They call me Suave, aka Suavedelic. I'm originally from Westmoreland, Jamaica, and I grew up in Northeast Washington, D.C. I am an artist, a musical maker of sorts. I make music, all types of music, whether it's instrumentation or vocals, a cappella. I'm a creator of music. It was in my blood, so destiny was bound to happen, but it was my family. My whole family does music. So it was, like I said, destiny. It was bound to happen. I was around it all my life. That was the first tune I played on the piano, because this girl taught me that. And I was psyched. Now, yeah, that was the first tune I played.
So your family's into music?
Yes, my family's into music. My grandfather, Hilton Clay Felton Jr., was a jazz legend. You can Google him. He started the Soul Searchers with Chuck Brown. My uncle Wes Felton, him and Raheem Devon got the group The Crossroads. My dad didn't do as much. He was a pastor, but he was still like the minister of music, a phenomenal pianist. It's all in my family.
What is your fondest memories of music?
My rock band, there was so much energy, so much spiritual. It was just so much just supernatural things that went on in those practices. Those are my fondest memories. We did a lot of crazy stuff.
Do you play instruments?
Yes, sir, I do. I started off with percussion. So my first instrument I ever picked up, the first instrument I ever picked up was the violin in second grade. But it made my neck hurt, so I ain't like it. So later on, I picked up the drum set, the percussion, timbales, congos, drums. I played the piano, guitar, teaching myself the guitar, you know what I'm saying? I got a strong ear, so if I hear it, I can play it.
How long have you been making music?
Man, I've been hearing melodies and making the melodies in my head all my life. But as far as making music, like recording, I believe my first time I recorded anything in the studio was 2009. Then after that, I got heavy into the studio and started recording more. So yeah, about 8 years now.
What is the easiest thing you've learned to play?
Oh man, the recorder. The recorder was the easiest instrument I've ever played ever. Well, a beatbox is easier than that, I guess.
What was the hardest thing you learned to play? How did you prepare for it?
Man, I'm teaching myself the guitar right now. It's killing me. It's so confusing. So the guitar has to be the hardest instrument that I've ever tried to pick up and learn on my own. The piano was a little bit easier, and since my father was a pastor growing up in the church, I was around a lot of different pianists, so I could see what they did, and I could steal chords, and I picked up little stuff, you know. But the guitar is hands down the hardest instrument to learn on your own. love life. You only got one life. You gotta make it yours. You gotta leave a name on this planet. You have to leave your name in history. So life is my motivation. Life is what keeps me going. Life is my inspiration. There's so much out here that I don't know, that we all don't know about, and I'm motivated to go figure it out.
What kind of artist would you consider yourself?
I would consider myself an all-around artist. Like, shoot, you pay me, I sing opera. You know what I'm saying? I can learn some salsa, we can figure it out. Like, we can get it. Like, I like to get out my box. I never like to be called a rapper, or I never like to be called a singer, because I'm an artist. I rap, I sing, I produce, I put it together. We put it together, so I don't even know what I would call myself. I'm like an alien. Definitely an alien.
Have you ever performed at a live event?
You know what I mean? Meditation. I meditate before my shows. Backstage, I get wherever I'm at, I get a very spiritual essence. And I make sure everything is fun. I like to have fun. Don't worry me about time. Don't worry me about this promoter and that promoter. Don't worry me. Let's have some fun. So I meditate, get good vibe. You know? Keep on pushing.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In charge of the heavens. Nah, man, I see myself as definitely one of the most influential artists on the planet. I see myself also as the toughest artist in the world.
What inspires you?
The reincarnation of artists before me. Sometimes I take time and meditate, and I listen to like all Prince or all Bob Marley, or shoot, I don't even listen to the Beatles. You know, like I listen to all types of music. So music is about feeling. The best songs come from a very passionate place. So sometimes I try to reincarnate and I try to receive that feeling that they felt when they were recording. Sometimes you can close your eyes and you can catch that feeling. And that's what does it for me.
What artists do you admire and why?
Well, like I've already just said, Bob Marley, of course, Prince. As far as rap goes, you know, much respect to everybody that's made a name, Tupac, Biggie, everybody. But hands down, my favorite artist is Andre 3000. He is the best. We don't even have to go through all the adjectives. But Andre 3000, Prince, you know, old school. I love it all. I listen to all types of music. I love it all.
Are you a solo artist?
I am a solo artist, but I do also have a band, because performing with live music is very, very fun and spiritual.
You ever performed in a band?
Yes, I grew up in DC, so we all came up doing go-go. We were always in bands. I've probably been in about 76 different go-go bands in my life. So yeah, we were always in bands.
If you could perform on any stage, what stage would it
Man. Whatever the biggest, most epic stage in the world is, whichever stage that is, I don't care where it's at, whether it's in London, France, Paris, even if it's in America, like Madison Square Gardens. I can't wait to pack that. Can't wait to pack that. But I also want to perform like in Rome. I want to perform in epic places. You know? I want to perform on top of the White House.
How do you balance your music with your personal life?
Man, I'm bad at that, honestly. I'm very bad at that. My children, I have a son and a daughter, so they're the only thing that has helped me get better with balancing that life. I sacrifice so much for my music. Whether it comes to my health, whether it comes to anything, like I put my all and everything into my music. And even when I shouldn't, I still do it. So that's a real tough thing to have that balance of your personal life and your life as an artist, because you always, like, I always have to be Clay. You know, I don't always have to be Suave. So there's a thin line in between remembering that Clay is who I am and Suave is who I've created, or Suave is my brand, you know? Like, that's real tough, especially when Suave gets the attention and Suave gets the temptations, you know?
If you could go back in time to your 18-year-old self and say one thing,
I love my kids to death, but I'd have been like, if you don't pull out, I can't say that, can I? Oh, yeah, man. I'd have told myself to pull out. I'd have told myself to stop being so friendly and trusting of people. I would have told myself to accept my reality at all times. And I'd have told myself to embrace the fact that you're not scared to be you. Because I never really was, but back then, as I think about it, I thought about it too much. I never really was scared, but I just used to think too much. So back then, I would have told myself those right there. And I probably would have emailed myself my music from now, and I probably would have been an 18-year-old prodigy. So I would have cheated. The music that I would have dropped now, I would have dropped back there when I was 18, and I'd have been a prodigy at 18. You dig? The arsonist has ugly shaped feet.
you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Bet.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Hilton Clay Felton. They call me Suave, aka Young Suavedelic. And I am originally from Westmoreland, Jamaica, but I grew up in Northeast Washington, D.C. I am a creator of music, an artist. I make music.
What is your form of artist?
Like I said, I make music, production, engineering, vocals, you know, instrumentation, all types.
What sparked your interest in music?
I've been around it all my life. My whole family does music, so it was bound to happen.
What is the first song you ever
I played that on the piano. That had to be like my first tune ever.
How many of your family members are into music?
Man, way more than on my fingers and toes. It's all in my family. My mother's side Jamaican, so you know that's all rhythm. My father's side, they into jazz and gospel and all types of stuff, so my whole family has like a music inclement.
What is your fondest memory of music?
My rock band, because we were just on another planet. We were in a whole nother world. We would make music that didn't even make sense, but it made sense to us. It was crazy.
Do you play?
My name's Hilton Kirk Felton. They call me Suave, aka Swavedelic. I'm originally from West Orleans, Jamaica, and I grew up in Northeast Washington, D.C.
What is your occupation?
I am an artist, a musical maker of sorts.
You don't have to look at the camera every time you answer. What is your form of artistry?
I make music, all types of music, whether it's instrumentation, vocals, acapella, I'm creator of music.
What sparked your interest in music?
It was in my blood, so destiny was bound to happen. But it was my family, my whole family does this. So it was, like I said, destiny was bound to happen. I was trying to go my life.
What is the first tune you played?
That was the first tune I played on the piano. This girl taught me that. And I was psyched. That was the first tune I played.
So your family is into music?
Yeah, family in the music. My grandfather, Hilton Clay Felton Jr., was a jazz legend. Google him. He started the Soul Searchers with Chuck Brown. My uncle Wes Felton, Raheem Devon at the Crossroads. My dad didn't do as much. He passed away. He was still like a minister. He was phenomenal pianist. It's all in my family. My rock band, there was so much energy, so much spiritual. It was just so much supernatural thing that went on in those practices. Those were my fondest memories. I did a lot of crazy stuff.
Do you play any instruments?
Yes, sir, I do. I started off with percussion. My first instrument I ever picked up, the first instrument I ever picked up was the violin in second grade. But it made my neck hurt, so I ain't like it. So later on, I picked up the drum set, percussion, timbales, combo, drums. I played the piano, guitar, teach myself the guitar. I got a strong ear, so if I hear it, man, I've been hearing melodies, making up melodies in my head all my life. But as far as making music, like recording, first time I recorded anything in the studio was 2009. And after that, I got heavy into the studio and started recording. So yeah, it's about 8 years now.
What is the easiest thing you What was the hardest thing you learned to play, and how did you prepare for it?
Man, I'm teaching myself the guitar right now. It's killing me. It's so confusing. So the guitar has to be the hardest instrument that I've ever tried to pick up and learn on my own. Piano was a little bit easier. And since my father was a pastor, brought up in the church, I was around a lot of different pianists, so I could see what they did, and I could steal chords, and I picked up little stuff, you know. But the guitar is hands down the hardest instrument to learn.
What motivates you?
Life. I love life. You only got one life. You gotta make it yours. You gotta leave a name on this planet. You have to leave your name in history. So life is my motivation. Life is what keeps me going. Life is my inspiration. There's so much out here that I don't know, that we all don't know about, and I'm motivated to go figure it out.
What kind of artist would you consider yourself?
I would consider myself an all-around artist. Like, shoot, you pay me, I sing opera. You know what I'm saying? I can learn some salsa, we can figure it out. Like I like to get out my box. I never like to be called a rapper, or I never like to be called a singer. I'm an artist. I rap, I sing, produce, I put it together. We put it together, so I don't even know what I would call myself. I'm like an